Good evening, and welcome to Let's Talk with Lakshmee, a show about us, our people, our community, our culture, our experiences. Hindus worldwide are celebrating the auspicious season of Navratri, 9 nights which are dedicated to the Divine Mother in her 3 forms of Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. During this time, it is also known for fasting, pujas, and yagnas. Today, I'm very fortunate to interview from Trinidad and Tobago a young, gifted, and learned Pandit who is no stranger to our Hindu community in the USA and in Canada. Pandit Munelal Maharaj. He has been actively involved in many religious and social activities and is widely respected in the Caribbean and North America. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to introduce to you Pandit Munelal Maharaj. Panditji, Sitaram.
Jai Shri Ram. Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to be in your program, and Sitaram to you viewers. And it's quite an honor to be here to join with everyone in North America here in New York City.
Viewers, today we are blessed to be sitting at the Sri Ganapati Bhavan Mandir located in Richmond Hill, New York. And we're going to talk about, of course, Navratri. But before we do that, Panditji, can you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself?
Basically, I'm just me, Pandit Munelal Maharaj, and I live in Trinidad, basically. I travel throughout the world. Every week I'm in a different state, basically. And what I do, basically, is what I love doing, speaking, encouraging youths, and telling everyone that there is a deep power and reservoir of divinity in your heart. And basically, I go singing, I do workshops, I do camps for children and motivational talks for young people and for colleagues in their jobs and so on. So basically, my task is a bit multi-dimension in different aspects, singing, lecturing, and I love doing that. Yeah.
Panditji, I was blessed to listen to one of your kathas the other evening on Navratri, and I have to say you are indeed doing a wonderful job in our community, not only here in Queens, New York, but worldwide in the Caribbean. I recently learned that you'll be going to South Africa shortly and also spreading your light and your word there as well. But let's talk a little bit about Navratri. What is Navratri?
Navratri actually comes from 2 syllables in Sanskrit. Now means 9, Ratri means nights. But the reason why Ratri and not day is because the Lord is reminding us, the Mother is reminding us that sometimes it is very easy to be among the forces of darkness. And she's reminding us to take her divine grace and remove that andheri, that darkness from our lives. So Navratri is a 9-day period where the Mother is worship, as you correctly mentioned before. 3 days for Durga, 3 days for Lakshmi, and the other for Saraswati. Basically, these 3 days are, and the 3 Devis that signifies, or viewers will understand that we need life, we need force, Kriya Shakti. Behind Shiva is Durga. We have the Gyan Shakti behind Brahma is knowledge, which we need to be successful in this life. And of course, we have Lakshmi, that is Iksha Shakti, that represents the desire of wealth that we all need to survive successfully in this physical world. So these 3 avenues of life, knowledge, and success, we all need, and we desire this as we honor her. We ask her for her blessings for these 3 avenues in life. So Hindus basically remind themselves of that divinity and courage to work for these 3 avenues in life.
Now, these 3 avenues in life, of course, are necessities to be successful in everyday life, I would say. Now, Panditji, there are 9 nights for Navratri, but why do we celebrate 10?
Well, the 10th day is called Dashami, Vijaya Dashami. Dashami means the 10th lunar date. Dash means 10. Vijaya means the victory or the success. And that's the day when the Devis actually was successful giving the darshan and devotion, that all the devotees on that day would in India dance, and they will have the Garba dance on that day. And Vijay Dashami is considered to be one of the most important day of the entire 9 days worship. That's the day Shiva is worshipped together with the Devis. So Vijay Dashami is a 10-day that brings the success of a successful fasting, successful worship. And that's the day that people come together with their friends and family and give victory to the divine for a successful 9 nights. And also it reminds you that part of devotion is to be successful in your sadhana. And the 10 days covers that entire sadhana for being successful and victorious. And everything that we do, my dear friends, is that we need to be successful. And for success, you need to work hard. You know why we are working, what you're working for, and what is the end result of that sacrifice. And therefore, every hard penance or sacrifice will always bring success to you. So the 10-day is reminding us that success is always there, and we celebrate success in the form of joy and divinity and dance and songs.
Thank you. Now, we mentioned the three mothers, Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. But sometimes when we think of Navratri, or when we think of the Divine Mother, there's some mysticism about the Divine Mother. Why is that?
Well, basically, it's a lack of knowledge. And this is when we have people who are writing book must be very particular in what they present to Hindus, and of course what film and what is presented. We have Kalima, who is one of the Devis of course. Her 9th name is called Kala Kali Devi, which is loving, and she is the very same Parvati, the consort of Lord Shiva, transform herself, as I read last night, into this forceful and fierce form of Kali that fought for the rights of the divine and the righteous. So misunderstanding will only come when there's a lack of knowledge. And there are 9 Devis, and the names are all in the book of Jyotir Vigyan, and that's the reason why when I returned from India in 1997, I wrote a book called Jyotir Vigyan that is accessible in all the stores, of course in Trinidad as well. And that texts give a light on the Devis and the questions that you are asking, and why Hinduism in this aspect is misunderstood. But when you read the Sanskrit verses from the Devi Bhagavatam, it will tell you that the mother is loving, she's caring, she's loving, she's touched by only true devotion from the heart of a devotee. So I think the aspect of worship in the Tamasic way creates a misunderstanding of understanding Hinduism. So basically we need to read a little more and have a proper explanation from our leaders and our Pandits who actually can give that to you. So if you like to read this book, the Journey of the Soul, both books I wrote, Death and Soul's Journey and Jyotir Vigyan. These texts remove the negative notions that we have about certain aspects of Hinduism.
Thank you. Now, you had mentioned about Garba. In North America, when we think of Navratri, mostly the Caribbean people, we think about yagnas and pujas and fasting. But a lot of the East Indians, they celebrate it with Garba. Why the difference? Why the difference with the Caribbeans and the fasting and the East Indians and the Garba?
Well, in India, they celebrate a lot by more activities, like more the dancing and more songs. However, that is one aspect of it. There are many aspects of worship: praying, meditating, pujas, bhajans. But they believe in getting the youths and getting the young one involved. And of course, when there's songs and beats and dance, the young one will come out by the thousand. However, in Trinidad and in Guyana, we have something very common where we are more intense in our devotion through worship, through bhajans, through discourses, through chants and mantras, which really awakes the divinity in man. And in India, they have this aspect of it, but not to me in my personal experience, because I lived there for 3 years and I observed the whole experience of India is more like an active aspect of it. And people, yes, do worship the murtis and they worship through bhajans, but I think in Trinidad and in Guyana, there's no doubt that we have the right perspective and the right way in the worship of the Devis, where we glorify her, we worship her, we sing her praises, we chant her mantras, we're able to listen to her discourse. In India, the attention is more into the physical with the dance and not much in the knowledge and discourses by too much of the Pandits. So I think in Trinidad and Guyana we're very fortunate to have explanations, to have the attention of the crowds and the Yajman to listen to the Vyas, whereas in India they don't have that as much as we have here in the Caribbean. So I think our system came from North India, where South India did worship of Devis are more going to the river, bringing the water, putting up all the flags, blowing the conchs and the horns, and on the 10th day giving all these fireworks and so on. It's celebrated as we celebrate Christmas on the 10th day. So that's how important the 10 days in Vijay Dashami. But we are in the right path, and Indians from India who really look at people from Trinidad and Guyana, they're really mesmerized by the system and the way we worship the divine. And I think we have it we follow the right path, and it really touches life. It really touches the devotee, the way the devotee get a chance to physically worship and offer the flower and the chandan and the arti and the mala and the prasadam. Whereas in India, people don't get that contact one-on-one with the Devi. It is basically just a dance and a ceremony to listen to, and that's it. Where we have that direct one-to-one communication with the divine in the form that we worship.
Thank you. Panditji, what would you say is the importance of observing this period, Navratri?
Well, it is an important time to remind ourselves that there is divinity within you. There is a power within you. There is a reservoir of power and divinity. And these 9 days, it allows us to reflect who we are, what we are, why we are here, what is our purpose, and to remind us that this physical appearance of our body here on earth is just not all. There is a divine mission as well. There is a purpose, and that purpose is not only academic and what we do as a profession, but to get in contact with our inner core for ourselves and find out that there is a great reservoir of divinity, love and harmony and peace. I mean, look at the world today. People are so busy working, which is fine. Look at the recession. People are in tension. There's so much tension. There's so much stress. There's so much depression. Most of the tablets and the counter of the drugs on the pharmacy are sold for depression, because of the stress and the depression that we have today. And this time reminds all of us, my friends, that there is a spark of divinity in you. And let us not lose contact with that divinity. During this time, the Mother is asking you, Kriya Shakti, get active in the spiritual.
Again now. Let's talk with Lakshmee. Yeah. Bring the topics, let we chat now. Introducing the all-new Radio Guyana International. Your hit station for the ultimate hits, for news, interviews, and latest tracks. Log on all day, every day, taking Guyanese entertainment to the next level. It's Radio Guyana International. Now broadcasting in HD.